Welcome back to Living Simply and Fun. Today we're going to be reviewing, after the Royal Danish Yuck, a Sam Leccia. So, first I got to ask Aaron, tell us about the Sam Leccia.
Well, first thing, let me show you this band. That L reminds me so much of Death Note. For any of you who are Death Note fans or know anything, well, no Death Note. It's an anime. There's a character named L. It looks very similar to that, the way he writes his L. Anyways, this is the Sam Leccia Black. Partially, this band sold me because I'm a fan of Death Note. And it's just like, ooh, a Death Note cigar.
I am cleaning my palate with the 1893 original Pepsi
It
Cola.
has ginger in it. Ginger is great for cleaning the palate. It's why it's become very popular among the cigar world.
The question is, for you cigar reviewers out there, or cigar smokers, do you think this will stay on the market?
So, if you ever see anybody who's taken a picture of their cigar and they have it next to one of these 1893 colas, the reason for that is because it does clean the palate. Ginger is used by the Japanese to basically go between various different dishes so that they can clean their palate, and then they try a new dish, and they get the pureness of that dish, and that's why there's ginger sashimi on most of your plates when there's like a multitude of things, particularly sushi. So, anyways, the Sam Leccia Black. This has a Habano wrapper, and this is a pretty gorgeous looking Habano wrapper, by the way. Very nice look, very well constructed, nice and firm.
Apparently,
barely any seams able to be seen.
Apparently, from what I understand, yes, I was being funny yet again. My Nubs was being funny. That's my nickname, Queen Nubs. Is this cigar apparently is now owned by General Cigar?
No, it's not.
Oh, it isn't?
I will get to that. It has a Nicaraguan binder. Pretty standard there. The next thing is it has Nicaraguan and Dominican Ligero tobaccos in here.
So, is probably the final third of this stick's going to be Ligero.
Let me finish. It is mixed in with Brazilian Viso tobaccos. It has Brazilian Viso tobaccos mixed in with these Ligero tobaccos to offset. The final thing is it has a dark fire-cured tobacco in here. What that tobacco is not said. Where it comes from, whether it's Seco Visa, Nicaraguan, Sumatran, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just a dark fire-cured tobacco.
It reminds me, if you watch the top 10 cigar mistakes from Cigar International, he is Mr. Know-It-All. The Visa and the Seco and the...
Sam Leccia currently has... The only one I know is sold right now is the black, but there is a Sam Leccia white and a Sam Leccia luchador. They were originally, he was working with Tarano, and Carlos Tarano Cigars was distributing for him. And on September 17th, 2014, it was announced that General Cigar had purchased Leccia Cigars as part of their acquisition of Tarano Cigars. He was told basically, Tarano is going to be selling to us. Do you want to sell to us too? He decided to sell to him. At first, he was brought on to help continue blending them, but something apparently happened because he took a 3-year break from blending cigars altogether. What happened to the Leccia blends is that they lost their names. They were no longer called Leccia cigars, and they were incorporated into Foundry tobacco. So some of the Foundry blends,
which is Chillin' Moose and so forth,
etc. So the old Leccia blends are now Foundry blends with different names, but still the same blending. So this apparently is his new blend since being back, and is not part of the General Cigar Corporation, and apparently he's got his own company again that's not run by General Cigar.
It's on the
and because General Cigar dumped his blends, basically, and switched them to Foundry, and I don't even know if they have a Foundry blend, you know, with a Foundry name on it that's still the same. he was able to go back and build up his company again and bring out the old wrappers, including his trademark L, which I think is really cool. So we're going to go ahead and smoke these.
I was just going to say something.
And I am so excited to do this review, honestly.
Yes, well, I'm thinking for a second.
Well, think.
Damn it, I can't.
General?
No, it's something different. Continue talking for a second.
Well,
it'll take me 15
you almost
seconds.
stepped on my glasses.
Look.
Well, anyways, I'm going to get to the sense of this cigar. Maybe by the time I finish my sense, she'll remember what she's thinking. You can smell that dark fire-cured tobacco like right away. It's got the smoky scent to it. Not nearly in the quantities that you get with the Kentucky fire-cured Muwat.
Okay, so, for a second, I will explain what I was thinking. Thank you for being patient. Now, the cigar industry, it must be different, and I want to tell a story real quick. Because as you just heard the history, the old Leccia cigars were bought up by General and then turned into Foundry. However, for example, and I'm going to give you a little lesson here about certain things. For example, and Aaron will understand this because that's what I'm racking my brain is, there's a guy who owned his own fly rod company, decided to sell it, then he wanted his name, and they wouldn't let him have it. So he had to start a new company because Mr. Loomis decided,
yes.
So Loomis...
But that was different. They decided to continue using the G. Loomis name, and he could no longer use G. Loomis as the name of his company because of that. However, with this, General Cigar decided no longer to use the Leccia name, which means he got to use it again.
So it's very different. Torreno, as you all know, invested and got out of the business, did he not? Or is he still blending?
I don't know. But yeah, this has a kind of smoky scent to it.
True, I'm only picking
Somewhat
up smoky.
salty.
No salt.
Sweetness on the dry hit. And nothing coming from the foot. I'm going to go ahead and fire this up. You too?
Yes, I was just cleaning my palate once more to make sure the cigar is good.
Make sure that Royal Danishing is still affecting you.
Excuse me. I don't know what's wrong tonight. Gee, Johnny Sticks, the lighters he donated, they're putting off a lot. These are
heat.
little heaters.
Yes, they are, and I got to fill mine soon. Very vegetable right at the beginning. Kind of a root vegetable, I guess.
No, I'm picking up pure hickory smoke.
That's interesting because this is very vegetable-y to me. Earthy mineral. That's weird. I've never seen this happen to my wrapper before. It's flowering. It's flowering. Did you see this? This is weird.
What?
My cigar is flowering. It's like there's 3 different petals coming off of it. What are you doing?
Trying to come in, sit down, and have this near me. I had to blow my nose. It's kind of running time. There. So.
Kind of a caramel flavor in with this. Very, very pleasant. Nice aromas to it. It almost reminds me a little of a pipe tobacco, but not quite. And it's interesting, another thing is that when it comes to the fillers in a cigar, most blenders don't tell you much about the material. It'll just say Brazilian, Nicaraguan, whatever. This one very clearly states it uses Brazilian Viso. And then it states very clearly that it's using Nicaraguan and Dominican Ligero. So he's obviously tested Ligeros from various different places and like these two in combination with the Brazilian Viso. And he loves playing with blending apparently out of his garage. It says that on his website. And another interesting thing about Leccia Tobaccos is that he originally wanted to get into alcohol. I don't know if it was hard alcohol or wine or whatever, but when he was doing this, he decided to tour some tobacco farms, and he saw how the cigars were handcrafted and how they were, care was put into them, and he just fell in love with it and went with tobacco and ended up getting into cigars, and now we have these.
I could see Francis Coppola making his own cigars.
Don't give him any ideas.
Hey, Francis, make some cigars. Woo!
This is one tasty cigar so far. Very tasty, in my opinion.
Picking up hickory smoked, flavored, cedar, and floral notes.
I could see the floral in there with the vegetable and earth.
Yeah, if you're interested in vegetables, that is. I can't pick up vegetables. My co-host here, I don't know what he's been smoking, but that's not it.
Oh, no, I may have gotten my brain may have been affected by that Royal Danish.
Oh,
just kidding on that.
I do want to make a statement before we log off for the first third, or for the halfway point, and I'm not going to say a peep, but I'm going to say in the next week or so, look for some videos that we're both doing, me and the dynamic duo, me, Queen Nubs, and King Camacho, that we're going to be reviewing some cigars you've never even heard of, pretty much.
Yes, we've talked to another small blender who's got their own line, and they're giving us some to review, and we are really looking forward to reviewing those, and so you'll have to stay tuned for that. Also, we do have coming up the Garzilla and Asylum 13.
Oh. Why did you pull out the guards? Excuse me while I show you the guard, just because I can.
I just want to make sure my palate was fully back to ready, but I can tell you from the flavors in this Leccia, it is back to ready.
I'm going to show you two things here in my humidor, thanks to Johnny Sticks,
Yes, Johnny Sticks sent us both the Garzilla and the Asylum 13. And
now, hold on. For some of you out there, you all know I got to do a review and fuse it with Aaron's of the Opulent 3, but that's not what I'm
already done with that, but it's not uploaded because we did something odd with that.
And then I'm going to be reviewing this one, which
the Gurkha Copper label, which I did already.
And I got to do it. Then I'm going to review, thanks to Johnny Sticks, the Spectre.
We're looking forward to that one.
Then I'm going to be reviewing the Nirvana,
which I already did.
And I'm reviewing the Man O' War Virtue.
Which I will be doing with her.
And I'm reviewing something called the Profile.
The Cult Profile.
And also, thanks to Johnny Sticks,
I'm going to tattoo.
Yeah, the tattoo. Hold on. And I'm also reviewing one called the Pinar del Rio Oscuro.
I got to do that one still.
And I'm reviewing
the sun-grown you got still to do.
The sun-grown PDR. And finally,
you forgot the Osa Soul.
I left it in there because you already did one.
No, I have not done a review of that one.
Here is the Mondo.
Let me hold this one for a moment. I'm going to set my cigar down. This is the Asylum 13. Now, this is pretty darn big. Get the
This
Garzilla.
is the Garzilla, an
This
83 ring gauge.
Is the Garzilla. Now, if I don't know if you can see, but that is much bigger. The Garzilla.
Thanks to Johnny Sticks, we will be reviewing.
The Garzilla scares me almost.
The
Asylum 13 was almost enough to do me in, just looking at it. The Garzilla is almost too much.
Hold on. I got two things to share with you before I close up the humidor tonight. Let it humidify. Alright. Here's the Garzilla once again. Next to the Garzilla is a log stump.
Yeah, that's a log.
And then here's the log tree.
Which is 70 ring gauge.
Yes. You see? The Garzilla will
those are 70, 80, and 83. That's a lot of cigar. A lot of cigar. Anyways, this has been going 15 minutes. This is going to be a long review. But this is one tasty cigar so far.
Yes, so please stay tuned for the halfway point. Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to the halfway point of the Sam Leccia Black. Getting loads and loads of kind of a very earthy mineral taste. Kind of something slightly metallic, but not quite. Nothing that you would sit there and say, ooh, that's aluminum. Not to the point that it's irritating or anything. It's actually very pleasant and very appealing. There's some of that vegetable flavor that I still am getting. It just kind of reminds me of a salad, to be honest, in some ways. And yet there's a sweetness to it, too. Maybe like a touch of honey. Very, very nice blending of flavors.
I'm going to disagree with my co-host. I'm picking up cedar. Maybe it's like a hint of honey. And the Ligero is getting stronger and stronger, but that's all I'm picking up. I'm not picking up oak and a little floral notes. I'm not picking up salad tastes.
I've only had one point where I sat there and said, ooh, there's Ligero in this, because I got a little bit of a spice bomb all of a sudden just exploded in my mouth. I was like, woo, there's some spice, that's Ligero, and then it was gone. So it was probably just a bunching thing where there was more Ligero in that one little section, but that was a really nice little pleasant surprise, too, when it did hit.
Oh, yeah. And for some of you hearing his phone, that would be Johnny Sticks. Hello, Johnny. We know it's you because my sister never messages Aaron much.
He was asking if Rita hated the Royal as much as I did.
Watch the video and find out, Johnny. So,
you know, he'll have to wait till tomorrow because it's almost bedtime for him there, I'm sure.
So, I've given you my taste. Shall we see what happens in the final third?
And the Retro Hail has a very interesting flavor, but it's still hard on me because of that cold I just got over. But very earthy flavors on that, too. Very clearly, I think that the primary thing in this is that Viso from the Brazilian Viso is just it feels like there's more of that than the Ligero in this, in my opinion. But we'll get into the final third and see you shortly.
Welcome back to the Sam
Leccia
Black cigar. First of all, I'm down to the nub. I know my nickname isn't Nub. For that reason, it's because I love Nub cigars.
Yes. I'm going to say that the flavors in this, there's kind of a molasses flavor with some earthy notes, some mild sweetness, something like honey perhaps, some cedar notes. Ligero's picked up in this. It's a little on the spicier side now, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this cigar. Easily could enter into my rotation.
Exactly. However, Aaron's wrong because my co-host has his own opinions and cigars are hit and miss. I'm picking up a dry cedar flavor and pure Ligero. So, in my opinion, This is a fine cigar. I would recommend buying it for anyone who hasn't tried it. This is very good. It's a decent blend. More than decent. It's an awesome blend.
Definitely. If you have not tried San Leccia Black, try it. I highly recommend it. I think I bought a 10-pack of these for $24. $24. That's not bad at all.
So, anyways, would I recommend this? Yes. Would Aaron recommend it? Yes. So,
with that said, please add and subscribe, leave questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, concerns. If you've smoked this, please let us know what you think about it, whether we were right or wrong. Just keep it nice is all we ask, and
enjoy every puff.